Namaste. Welcome to day 10. I am so thankful for your commitment, your trust, and your dedication to me and to yourself. So let's journey together a little deeper. And there's one point that I really can't emphasize enough, which is, do you give yourself permission to slow down? In this hyper-stimulated world, even us taking a break means scrolling through several mailboxes, checking out at least 50 different messages that we might have received. And so is that even time for yourself? Or is it just things you need to do in order to feel like you've got your head over the water? Right? Just basic things that we do every single day to allow ourselves to feel like we're even surviving, let alone thriving. And so this starts with yourself. And it starts with yourself to value that gentle vibration, to value an ease, to value slowing down and focusing. There's a study that says we swipe, press, and use our phones 2,617 times a day. Yeah, now talk about distraction. 2,617 times a day. We're called to react, to respond. Are we then creators? Are we then directing? Are we intentional? Or are we back on respond mode, on high alert? So really I'm going to keep reminding you of this messaging because it's such a big part of our lives that we need to be mindful about it, because we've started to see what it's doing to our mental health, what it's also doing to our physical health. The number one problem is that we're now stuck in front of our screens and it's keeping us sedentary longer. We're not out and about. We're not walking about. So just notice what we're doing in the disconnect of the body and mind, where the mind is going on hyperstimulus and the body is trailing behind in lethargy and understimulus. So through the practice of yoga, we learn to still the mind. We learn to find that quiet up here, and then we activate and we acknowledge and we find that awareness of our physical energy too. There's another study that says that we look at our smartphones every 6.5 minutes a day. 6.5 minutes can't go by without us grabbing onto our device. And why? Why is it so addictive in that sense? Basically, our brain, we're going back to brain science, our brain is wired to get these fast, quick, impulsive rewards, right? And it's designed to see a like and want to see more. And so what happens is that the dopamine neurotransmitter starts to be fired off. And that is instant gratification, pleasure principle. Now, when you're so wrapped up in pleasure principle, can you appreciate the subtlety? Can you appreciate the focus? No, because what happens when we're caught in the pleasure principle is that our patience goes right down. And when we're talking about breathing, we're talking about awareness, we're talking about meditation, we need to give ourselves permission to slow down, to cultivate that patience, that value of patience yet again. And it's really in that incessant chatter where we get so uncomfortable sitting with our thoughts, because we do have a negative bias and we are overstimulated with bad news, that it's too uncomfortable to sit by ourselves. And so what happens immediately? We pick up the phone 6 minutes later, right? So just be aware, just notice your own tendencies. And it's in the noticing that the correction takes place. It really is. It's just the commitment to be aware. What also happens when when dopamine is flooding the brain is that it's so much of a pleasure principle that almost 1/3 of your dopamine receptors go numb. So every time you want the same amount of pleasure, you're having to get about 30% more of this pleasure principle, of the overstimulus, to feel the same amount of pleasure. And that's why it's addictive. And it's funny because it's the same mechanism as gambling, where there's this reward and it's unknown. You don't know when it's coming, and that's the thrill of it. But yet in most casinos, there's an age limit, 18, 21 years. Our iPads, our computers, our phones don't come with any age limit. So just think about what it's doing to our brains, what it's doing to the brains of our children, because the child's brain isn't fully developed in the neocortex, isn't fully developed where they can exercise restraint. So us as adults, it's our responsibility to model that restraint, to model that constraint, so that we can see a new generation of artists, of geniuses, of problem solvers that the world needs, right? So today what I want to do is I want to guide you through everything that you already know. But as I said, this is now a process of layering, because pranayama is the control of your energy. And so when you are in front of your screen and you are feeling a certain way, how do we change it? I'm not here to create a sense of judgment or right and wrong around any behavior. What I want to do is offer some solutions. So if you are feeling anxious around all the news that you've received, all the information you've received, if you are feeling just burdened and exhausted, what can you do to come back to center? What can you do to hit pause in your own energy field? And this is coming back to awareness, coming back to your sense of just feeling the magnanimity of your energy. So what I want to do is actually guide you through a breathing exercise. We've done the foundation already. It's using ujjayi, which you already know, but we're just going to segment it so you start to feel the body a little bit deeper as we breathe. If possible, if there's no tension around your knees or your ankles, then try to sit in Vajrasana, which is a thunderbolt pose, where you're basically just sitting on your heels. Okay? You can experiment with this if you need. You can put a cushion just above so that it takes away the pressure on your ankles. So sitting in Vajrasana, first we want to, say you've had a stressful day, you've had a lot thrown at you. How do we come back? How do we come back to our own equilibrium again? So the best way is to be aware of the body, because when you're aware of your body, when you're aware of the breath, your mind is entrained to come back to the present. It no longer can keep chattering about what has happened or what's to come. So you stay with the present moment. That's why it's such a gift. Have your hands just on your lap, relaxed. Now close your eyes. And feel the stilling of your mind as you simply watch your breath. The upward inhalation, the downward flow of energy as you exhale. Just being mindful of the breath. You can start a gentle ujjayi, feeling the warmth and the vibration at the back of your throat. Now when we do most breathing exercises in yoga, majority of the time we're actually breathing through our nose and we're keeping our mouth closed. What you also want to do is bring your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Let's experiment with this. Very ever so gently, just brush the tip of your tongue onto the roof of your mouth, onto your palate. There's an energy wheel there too. You might feel a gentle tingle or a vibration. It might shoot around your face or down the neck. But only when we sharpen our awareness and we start to explore all the subtle vibrations, the pulsations of life that we carry in this body. So once you've noticed that vibration, you've noticed that gentle current at the roof of your mouth, that's basically where the energy of yin and the energy of yang come to meet. The front of the body is yang. It's what makes us individual. Yeah? The back of the body is yin. It's passive. It's celebrating the similarity of all of us. So when the back of the body meets the front of the body, it meets it at the roof of the mouth. So when you simply join the tongue to the roof of the mouth, you're connecting both the passive and the active energies, completing that circuit so that the energy can travel more fully as we do the breathing exercises. So holding your tongue at the roof of the mouth and then unlocking your jaw, let it be comfortable. Find your ujjayi breath. Now slowly what we're going to do is we're going to see 3 parts of the breath in the body. So you place your hands at the belly And I want you to bring your breath into this region. So breathe deep into the belly. And just follow my count. We're going to breathe in for 8 and breathe out for 8. If 8 is too long to elongate your breath for, you just hold it until I count to 8. And then you exhale until however you need to. And then if there's time elapsed, you just hold your breath until I start the inhalation count. Yeah, don't begin the next breath until I've begun. Yeah, so just hold it. Hands on your navel, shoulders relaxed. Inhale. Exhale. Just firstly, we want to feel comfortable breathing into this area. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like a balloon. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Just notice the fullness of your breath, the ease, your natural resting rhythm. Okay. So that's deep belly breathing. Next, bring your hands onto your rib cage. Yeah. So you want to feel your ribs, your waist. And we're going to go into thoracic breathing. So when we're breathing into the belly, your visual is a balloon inflating and deflating, right? When you're breathing into when we're exercising thoracic breathing, then your visual are the wings of a bird. So you're inhaling, opening, exhaling, closing. Yeah. So you want to feel that outward movement of the ribcage, or even gills of a fish. Your ribcage is opening out. You take the breath in, exhale, hugging together. So be aware of the lateral movement. You're not moving out in and out. It's lateral. Okay. Inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale. 8, 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So lateral movement is a bit more subtle. Don't worry if you don't really feel it. It takes some practice. You just continue for a few breaths. Just notice and feel. Yeah, just notice as you breathe into the waist. Okay, the last is something much more familiar to a lot of us. Clavicle breathing. So you literally just place your fingers at your collarbone and you simply feel the ribcage rise up as you inhale, the chest inflate up towards your chin, and exhale down. Okay, so when you're ready, inhale upward and exhale downward. So again, notice the differences in the movements. The belly was in and out. The rib cage was out and in. The rib cage. Just notice the differences in the movement. When it was the belly, it's protruding out. With the rib cage, it's expanding laterally. And now the chest is moving up and down. So feeling that, inhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Inhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How did you feel? Did you notice a difference when you're breathing into different centers? The chest, thoracic breathing, abdominal breathing. So you might find that the chest is actually very easy to access, but what is its capacity? Didn't you feel like you were getting out of breath when we were holding it even just 8 counts? And it's almost the opposite. As you go down, it gets harder to access, but it's got a deeper capacity. And that's why when you breathe into the abdomen, you train your body again to access this, but then it's a huge energy flow. It's got a big holding and retention capacity. So, not that one is better than the other. So what we're going to do now is bring it all together. This is called the yogic breath. And what I want you to do is you inhale and first fill the abdomen. Then the thorax expands. Then the chest lifts. And as you exhale, it's the reverse. Your first release is from the chest, and then the thorax contracts, and then the belly draws in. So you're expanding into the belly first, and then you're contracting from the belly last. Okay, ready? As you breathe, just start to feel belly, widening of the rib cage, lifting of the chest. Exhale, relaxing of the chest. Rib cage narrows, belly draws in. Inhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Work into the 3 breathing centers. Feel the fullness and the contraction of each breath. Slow, long, deep breaths. This is when we can start to maintain our balanced energy. And we can start to build our lung capacity, build our physicality as we feel it in our own body. Practice this when you're sitting at your desk, before a meal. Just notice the body. Take 10 deep breaths. Feel it.